Welcome to Tactical Tuesday, a weekly series that's not so much about great gameplay, but instead gameplay we can learn from. So I'm playing with Joe Lozon's friends, who I hadn't met before, and because of that I whipped out my Silent Scar. This game has a reputation for really OP weapons, but usually what they're talking about is a couple of the SMGs and the ACR. In my hands, it's the Silent Scar. For me personally, the Silent Scar is the best gun in the game. It's the one I pulled out when I was trying to impress Joe's friends. Now, regular listeners to Tech Tuesday will have heard me talk about closing the door before. That's what that stun is all about. We all know there's going to be a mad rush for the B-Dom spot, so I throw a stun, and then I throw another stun, and I bounce it off the wall. Why? It stops them from rushing, right? It kind of shuts the door. And it would have worked here if it wasn't for that damn truck that was already exploded. But that's something that I do all the time. When I know that they're going to be coming from that direction, and who doesn't know that it's going to start off with a battle for B-Dom? When you know that's going to happen, then I lead off with some stuns and shut the door so that they can't come. Quick nade over there, we're holding B, and now things are going the way that they're supposed to. We have A, we have B, and we know where they're going to spawn from. I think this is a little too basic to say, but I can't resist. In domination, the spawns more or less happen from the one flag they own. What might not be quite as obvious is if you triple cap them, unless you overrun that flag, the sticky flag is the one that they most recently owned. So if we were to take C now and never ruin the spawn trap, then they would continue to spawn at C for a long time. That's the way that it works, in case you didn't know. It's important on all the platforms, but it's especially important on PC gaming, I'm finding out, is to know where you need to be. Now look at the map, look at where your teammates are, and that will tell you what hole it is that you need to plug. In this case, look at where the bad guys are, right? They're all spawning down there by C domination, and up by A dom, I don't have any teammates whatsoever. So there it is. That's the hole that I need to plug. And I had this assumption that they're going to be there already, but the stun check comes up negative, and I think I pushed forward a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, looking at the map and seeing where your teammates are, it tells you where the enemy isn't. And that's often a good way to get traffic as well. If you see this cluster of them over by B-Dom, and it looks like they're charging B-Dom a little heavy, then you know that A-Dom's wide open. And you can get the traffic that you need by being the only guy who's manning that post. So that's what I do. I think I take out the first guy here. I managed to do some pretty clever stay alive work here and get a guy or two. But watch the death that I get. They take me out through those weeds. Good shot. But now I know that they're coming to A-Dom, and I rush on back and try and do my job to hold it. The reason I'm winning these gunfights here is that I have the advantage, right? I have cover and I have height. The thing about height, I've often wondered, what makes it so great, right? Obviously, there's a visibility advantage when you're standing up tall, but you're also easy to shoot being up there. And I think the reason is you just get a lot more headshots mixed in. I can't quite figure it out. It's not as if my bullets have any difficulty traveling uphill, right? That works fine. But it is undeniable that if you're the guy who's up top, then you have a huge advantage. And yeah, I was getting overrun there, so I run around the corner and I call in my Predator, and I intentionally use my Predator to protect myself. Two-piece helicopter. This is the way it's supposed to go. So you just gotta love it when it works out like that. For every time that happens, there's probably another time where I don't quite make it around the corner on my escape. But yeah, now that we have A-Dom locked down pretty aggressively, they're not going anywhere, then I'm going to start pushing up here and working the spawn trap. Some guys hate spawn trapping. Some guys think it's absolutely brutal. And I used to do a lot of spawn trapping on Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, but in Modern Warfare 3, for whatever reason, I just hardly ever play as a team. I seem to run solo, and you guys have seen my gameplays, right? I hardly play with other people that I know. So this, for me, was a rare opportunity to, to work a bit of a spawn trap. You cannot have A-Dom, my friend. It's all mine. And I guess he can have A-Dom, at least temporarily, but enough of that. Yeah, so, when I saw that these guys, we've got A, B, and the C-Dom spawn trap in this map is one of the better spawn traps in the game, right? You can sit there and work the, there's like a little platform next to the umbrellas, and you can go there without ruining the spawn trap, and the other guys can go on that patio porch flower box area on the other side of it, and they're just spawning in a hole there, and it can be brutal if you guys work it to your full advantage. I don't know if we work it to our full advantage, but whatever, we win nicely. That guy's trying to take out the Reaper or my helicopter or something. So what you're going to be watching over the next couple of minutes is me using the map and my team to my fullest advantage, right? That's what I'm doing. I get a kill, I duck out of the way, and then I find a hiding spot and call in my predator. Predator, two-piece. Come on, baby, show him. And then that brings in the helicopter. Each of these engagements that I get into over the next couple of minutes, and I think I do get a death in here, is going to give me the advantage, right? I'm trying to use that wall to my left that I just there, so that I have cover, and I'm more or less head glitching off this thing as they try and get me, right? Anyone who's walking up there is going to have a hard time winning the fight. This guy, I forget if I heard him coming or if I saw him on the radar, but the point is I know that he's coming and I have the jump on each of these people. It seems like those are fair fights, but they're not. They're coming around the corner and they're not expecting me to be already there, with my sights up, ready to take them down. People think that... Well, better yet, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he was like, what's the difference between, me and this other guy? Like, I've got a 0.8 KD ratio. I'm playing well. I sort of know what I'm doing. Why do these other guys have KD ratios that are 4 and 5 times higher than mine? And the answer is, some of it is, they only use the best weapon setups and stuff like that. But a lot of it, it's not about snapping on target super fast. That's part of it, but it's not really the core of it. It's not about, some superhuman connection, right? I mean, I've heard people say, oh, the only reason this guy gets beast games is because he has a really great internet connection. And while a great internet connection helps, come on, right? You've been host before. Did you go 104-2? No. Well, then, give that guy some credit over there. He's a good player. So, I know lag comp, whatever. We've all had good connections that we didn't translate into, 15, 20 KD games. And, the thing that separates these really top players from regular players is the way that they're setting up their gunfights. It's the way that, they're getting these things to their advantage before the gunfight even started. And that's what I'm trying to do here, as I'm playing this game, right? I'm popping around corners. I'm making myself a small target while I'm making these other guys big targets. And because of that, I'm winning more gunfights than I'm losing. At the same time, we're making sure that our responsibilities are handled, that we've got 2 dom flags, and that this win is going to be a sure thing. So yeah, if that didn't sink in, zapping on target at 10 sensitivity is a small piece of the puzzle, right? The big piece of the puzzle, the thing that like MLG guys do when they play, is knowing about the gunfight before the gunfight even started. That is the biggest improvement you can make to your game. Being aware of the minimap, there's a huge improvement you can make to your game. Using cover and moving from cover to cover, right? When you watch a guy walk through the map, if he's walking through wide open spaces and he's, leaving himself vulnerable on, his sides as he moves around, then you're watching a guy make a mistake. But if instead he's rounding the corner, already aiming down sights, then that guy's going to win a whole lot of gunfights, and things are going to go well for him. That's the difference. The difference is not getting ready for the fight super fast. It's being ready for the fight before it even started. So yeah, and I'm trying to hold. You know what? My kill streaks were not as effective in this game as I hoped they would have been. I think if I'd ran like a Reaper or something like that, then I could have really gone to town on these guys. But instead, I ran UAV. Which is a more effective kill streak than some people know. And I don't know why I'm capping this last flag, right? We're winning 196 to 107, but I have this like compulsion, right? Like if we don't have 2 flags, and that's a situation that I try and fix. And here it is. I got my last attack helicopter, and the game's pretty much over. I'm trying to get one more kill just for kicks. It does work out. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Tactical Tuesday. And yeah, if not, then there'll be a new video tomorrow. Have a good day. All right, if you're still here, perhaps I've earned your like. You can click on that like button. I always appreciate it when you do. All these things open in new windows, so click on as many as you want. On the left, early access to a free game. It plays on the PC, but it works well with the controller because they designed it with the console in mind, and it should be pretty cool. You can check that video out and see what you're missing. On the right is Mail Monday, which is always a real popular series. You can check that thing out too, and have a good day.